All right, we're setting them up to knock them down. This is bottle number 2 from our most anticipated of 2025. I am really excited, actually.
Spoiler, it's amazing.
I hope you didn't hear that. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
I'm Zach.
And today we are going to be reviewing the Old Forester President's Choice Rye.
Yeah. So talk about
I'm going to let you talk about it because I literally was in the airport freaking all day missing out on this.
You're also in your bed for part of the time, too.
I was in my bed.
So talk about a weekend. You know, a lot of things dropped over the weekend.
Please, let's not talk about the weekend. I don't want to hear about all this weekend.
Oh, poor guy over here. Dave, where were you playing golf at?
Utah.
At what course?
Lots of courses. I played like at 4 courses.
At like PGA caliber courses?
At least one of them was. One of them is like an LPGA. They're playing like an LPGA event there and stuff. It was awesome.
Look, I can't feel bad. You're out there. Did you at least hit them long and far?
I hit them.
Or long and straight, sorry.
I hit them medium and straight, short and crooked. I had pretty much a bad 3 days, and then the 4th day, I totally redeemed myself, made me love golf again, and I shot an 81, so I'll be happy with that.
I'm back.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it felt like. So, anyway, hit the like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and tell me about the golf courses you've been playing, and if we need to visit you to come play a golf course. Won't play.
It's a back thing. Can you see how dark this is? It's right there. All right, so President's Choice Rye. So Old Forester, a week or 2 ago, announced that they were going to put and drop this out at the distillery, plus do an online release. Good luck for anybody who got in on the online release.
I did not, because I tried.
Sorry.
I was sitting at the house before I had to go to the airport going, please, come on, please, please. And no, please.
I haven't won an M20 or a Pappy 23 in a month, so please.
I haven't.
That's true. Technically, you haven't. Okay, so let's talk about like the events leading up to everything. I'm going to do this as short as possible. So, Four Roses did their event on Friday.
I feel like he's just doing all this just to keep me from drinking this.
You do your own thing. You do you. By the way, before I start, hit your like, subscribe, notifications button. I already told you. All that kind of fun stuff. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at how dark this stuff looks.
I think he was.
Tell me that nose isn't great.
It smells like a pickle.
Oh, shut your mouth. No, it doesn't. Fix that broken palate over there. All right. Basically, after the Four Roses event, I went down and, well, let me back up. People started camping there, honestly, at open. People went ahead and set up chairs and everything else on that Friday. And then they were told to leave. And then eventually they came back and they set up like a couple tents here or there or whatever, canopies, because it was pouring down rain on them. Anyways, I had planned on going home, spend some time with the family afterwards and everything. I show back up. They're still not home yet. They're up at her dad's house living her best life, like playing, like swimming, everything else. So I pack up my stuff. I head down. It's like 9:30 at night. And I think the count I had was like, I was like 103rd in line. Camped there overnight, got some decent sleep there, surprisingly. Whenever I woke up, there's probably like close to 200-ish people.
Yeah.
And by the time they opened, I think there was anywhere from 300 to 400 people, like easy. Because if you look at it's, and I can't draw it out for you guys, but normally the line goes the other way at Old Forester. It goes towards the bridge and it wraps down around that way.
So it's going the other way now.
How they lined up, they went the other way going towards like Duluth and the hotel and everything.
Distilling.
And they wrapped it all the way around. It was past Sidebar.
So,
like it didn't get back to it, but it almost got back up to the main street from the bridge. So, I mean, but I knew people that got down there at open and waited 3 or 4 hours in line and still scored a bundle of President's Choice Bourbon and Rye.
Oh,
so because there was a lot of information going on out there at Old Forester, or not at Old Forester, but online everywhere else. Like there was quotes of 150 to 180 bundles. There was quotes of 4 barrels each. You know, like there was all of this. So I I think the important thing is, and I was telling this to you, or maybe Brent, or I was telling it to somebody. I was like, I think at the end of the day, we just don't have a clue with Oak Forester information. Because I don't know if they change their mind or whatever.
Yeah.
But I want to give Oak Forester a shout out on something, because I have not seen people do this in a very, very long time. We were sitting there camping, and Will came out, and I forget the other lady who was with him. They came out and gave us pizza.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was very kind of them. They came out that night, and it was like,
remember back in the day, they would bring donuts out.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Oak Forester had a reputation of feeding people in line for a while, which they don't have to. It's not expected.
No. But it's always nice.
But yeah, they were out handing slices of pizza, and then they realized they ordered too much pizza, and then Will was like, "Here you go, you'll take pizza." I'm like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" I already went and got tacos from Zombie Taco.
Yeah.
So right as they did, I was like, "Sounds about right."
All right. So all in all, if you were in the city of Louisville this weekend, you had a good opportunity to score several bottles that are all things that we were excited that they were coming out.
Yeah.
So I am very sad I didn't get Four Roses Father's Day bottle, and I didn't get this, and I didn't get the Eagle Rare, but I'm going to find them.
I love this. All right, so let's talk about the bottle. We talked about the experience. Let's talk about the bottle. So this is President's Choice Rye. This is barrel 8. This is 124 months, which is like 10 months and
10 years.
Or I'm sorry, 10 years and 3 months, 4 months, something like that. If my math's right. This.
What's the proof on this one?
So it's 62.7. So it's 125.4.
Yep.
Very proofy for President's Choice, by the way.
It's yeah.
I mean, those are high, those are considered high proofs for sure. Let's talk a little bit about distro, because these are now going to hit national distro. These are also, just for a side tip for you guys, these are now going into 700 instead of 750s. Somebody was like, "Oh, you think they're just doing that because they can, use less bourbon in the bottle and charge the same price?" I'm like, that could be one thing. Probably makes sense. The other thing is, though, it's probably going to go national.
Yeah,
that would be my guess.
Yeah.
With all that being said, this is hitting distro. I think the rumor was, I don't know if it was like 115 barrels, 120 barrels, something like that they bottled to hit national distro. I was originally told that they bottled up to like 13 or 14, and that seemed to be the consistent, or the consistency out there is like, hey, it's like probably that. And then whenever they dropped online, they had barrel like 19 or 20 of rye on there. So I would say whatever it is, I'd say 75, 80% of it was all bourbon that they bottled, and then the rest of it was rye. So
I will say this, the nose is really nice.
The nose is incredible.
After you let it sit for a second, you get that there's a little bit of ethanol on the nose of it, and but once you let it sit for a second, it kind of dissipates, and you start to get what I view, like, to me, this smells like a more traditional rye than.
See, I think this is more of a traditional Kentucky rye. I think you get some candy notes on the nose. I also think you get some baking spices on the nose.
You do get some baking spices.
To me, like a little bit.
The candy is what, to me, and that's why I say it smells more like traditional, because this is what our Kentucky rye smell like.
Yeah, but whenever I guess to me, whenever I always think of rye, I always think of basically MGP. I think of that dill, that greenery, that.
But MGP ryes are different. Traditional MGP ryes are different than, I feel like, traditional Kentucky rye.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000%. I agree.
Yeah, it smells good.
It's just like there's like this perfect amount of like oak and sweetness on there, but then there's like this dark spicy note on there too.
Ooh,
I know. I know.
It does not drink like a regular rye. Drinks like that upfront spice on that is no joke. Like that hits you in the face.
But like that spice,
not in a bad way. It just is like boom.
But here's what's crazy. I feel like that spice. I felt like whenever I tried it the other day, and then I just took a little bit of sip to like warm up my palate a little bit for the nose and everything. I feel like there's spice on there, but it's not like a traditional like rye spice. Like there's a little bit of that on there, but man,
that drink's way proofier than what I think people are going to be expecting.
It's punchy.
Yeah, I think that's going to
punchy.
I just feel like,
but not in like an ethanol kind of way.
No,
just
not
flavor.
Yeah, I just think that like people are going to drink this and they're not going to expect that, because from the nose to the palate, it is, to me, night and day different.
It's so freaking good. Candy, love this candy note. There's like a older, like I guess I don't want to say older. There's like an expensive, like hard candy note to that. That's like I'm proper. Like I don't know what it is. It's so hard to describe, but it's so.
It's almost a little red hot, like a Shemp's Red Hot in there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Right at the end of the palate, before the finish, it just has a little hint of a cinnamon Red Hot, which I like.
There's a combination of baking spice and rye spice on there that I don't think I can recall in anything. Like, I think this is so unique and so dang good in the sense of I can't try to like even duplicate that profile.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because I can't think of a time where I've had that. But the rye spice isn't overwhelming. I think there's brown sugar on there for days.
There is brown sugar for days.
And that palate, it coats so well and it goes into such a long finish on that.
I do think that this is really, really good.
This is incredible.
It'll probably be in the running for bourbon for rye of the year.
If something rye-wise beats this, I will be shocked. So, but I think this is contention for whiskey of the year. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to say it's better than Calumet 18, but I feel like profile-wise, I like this more than Calumet 18.
Well, it is Old Forester.
I mean, I know, and I get it. I'm being biased. I get it. Sure, represent. But with that being said, I love this thing.
Yeah,
it is everything.
And the fact that
I didn't even know I wanted it like this.
The fact that you're going to be able to
like this.
Yeah, the fact that you're going to be able to get this from national distribution is awesome. Yeah. Honestly, because
I agree.
I mean, you're just not able. President's Choice Bourbon, you're just not able to get your hands on unless you come here and you get your hands on it. You're lucky enough to be here at a release or whatever it is. Now, to Old Forester's credit, they have dumped so much President's Choice out into the market that it is gettable. Even if it's on the secondary, it's gettable in some real ways, but it's not being distributed nationally. And so the fact that they're going to do that with the rye, I think is awesome. And maybe that leads the way to future President's Choice being distributed elsewhere too. But as far as that goes, I think that's awesome that you're going to be able to get this. It's not cheap.
No, it's like $225 out the door.
$225. It's not cheap, and that's okay. Like, the special things don't have to be cheap.
It's nice if they are.
It is nice if they are. Like,
I mean, to be fair, it's nice if they are.
It is. But Old Forester's proven like that's just kind of their sweet spot when you're talking about anything that says President's Choice on it. So, all in all, I think excellent. This is a buy. Again, we talk about bourbon budget every single time. If you know,
just broke it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a budget.
I do have a budget.
But
just haven't figured out the top of that budget.
But for you all, when you hear that this is being distributed in your area, and this is a bottle, like if you like Old Forester rye, if you like ryes in general, this one's drinks differently than what regular Old Forester ryes drink like. In some ways, a lot of ways, a lot different, because we just took a drink of regular 100 proof rye before we did this, and it's night and day different completely. But if you can, again, talking about your bourbon budget, if you budgeted $300 for your month, get 2 bottles instead of 5 or 6 or whatever you were going to plan on getting, because this will be worth getting. It'll be worth having on your shelf. And again, just makes me have the FOMO even more that I missed it this weekend, and it'll be a while probably before I can get it.
Here's going to be my question, and we don't obviously know this. So this is like 10 years old, right? I feel like the email said like most of them are going to be like around like 7 to 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is just a unique thing with that age or not. I mean, and obviously we don't know. No. I mean, these are all single barrels.
They're all single barrels.
They have some age to them. They're proofed down a little bit. So we don't know how the next ones are going to be. But barrel 8,
That's really, really good. Yeah, good work. Way to go, Old Forester. If you can pick it up, pick it up. All right. Let us know. Again, I said this on our last release. When this releases in your area, come back to this video. Let us know when you get it and all that good stuff, because we like to hear that stuff. And we want to know your opinions of it as well. So until next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see you.